Reporting live from my kitchen again, we are going to be making a really yummy, nutrient-dense soup that I have been enjoying for no lie the past 3 months. I came back from Nigeria, stumbled upon a recipe, and was like, okay, I can use this as my inspo. Add a couple things, tweak 1 or 2, and make it my own. You know, I had to add some superfoods and all the goodies because you guys know that here, we eat to our beauty and wellness. We eat to our health first, but we eat to our beauty and wellness because on this channel, we believe on going from the inside out. Hi guys, my name is Etoro, aka ICU Glam, and I am your source for all things beauty, wellness, and vibes. If that sounds like something that you may be interested in, be sure to hit the subscribe button before you leave. Make sure you interact with me down below, leave a comment, but more importantly, I hope that you enjoy the video. Like thoroughly, I want you to enjoy the video. Grab 1 or 2 things you can learn and maybe apply in your own kitchen. Let's get to cooking. So these are pretty much all the ingredients we are going to be using tonight. It looks pretty intimidating, I know. There are quite a few things I added to this soup, but it all makes a lot of sense. I'll of course list everything down below. Kale, cilantro. I used chicken thighs in mine. The recipe that I found, she did use chicken breast, but I like these organic, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I just like, of course, the juiciness of the thigh as opposed to a breast, but of course use whatever part of the chicken or whatever meat you like. I think chicken does work best, but use whatever you like. The highlight for me is definitely in this area here. I use oyster mushrooms. You don't have to use oyster mushrooms. If you don't, you can use whatever mushroom you like, but the mushroom really does do a thing here, okay? We've got carrots, green onions, there's some peppers in there somewhere, garlic, ginger, all the things. Another super hack that I sneak in here are these goji berries. I put a very generous handful of these into my soup. It's a really easy way for me to sneak in some extra antioxidants. And I promise you, it actually doesn't even alter the taste of the soup. Like, if I didn't tell you that I put goji berries in the soup, you really wouldn't know. I am not gonna lie to you guys, there are a ton of ingredients here, but I promise you, it's not as intimidating as it looks. I know I said this the last time, but it's really not as intimidating as it looks. I promise you the hardest part in making this recipe is honestly chopping these vegetables. Like this bowl right here, I have to chop and dice everything. Like the ginger's gotta be small, the garlic's gotta be small because I don't sift or like emulsify the soup. I eat it whole. So like you chew on the ginger, you chew on the onion, you chew on everything. So you wanna make sure that they're chopped and cut into like small enough pieces so it's not totally unpleasant. Like I personally don't mind the taste, but like, I don't know. I hope it's making some sense to you guys. I'm gonna start chopping and I'll come back to you guys once we've chopped and we're about to start cooking on the stove. Chopping is all done. I have the vegetables all sorted. This plate here has what I call the saute veggies. It's my carrots, mushrooms, ginger, the white parts of the green onions, and garlic. Yes, garlic is also in there. These are going to be what we add to the saucepan first to have them saute and cook down a bit. Halfway through, while those are going, I am going to sprinkle in my goji berries for a little boost of antioxidants. And then this small kizzy plate right here is what I call my garnish plate. So this has my limes, my cilantro, and the green parts of the green onion. These get added to the soup closer to the end. It smells so good and I haven't even actually started cooking. Like, one thing I did forget to mention, my Thai chili peppers are on this plate, so this is all gonna get thrown into the saucepan first. So let's go over to the stove and do that right now. My stove is too hot, guys. I was talking too much. Oh, I was busy running my mouth and I let my stove get too hot with that oil. So I'm going to let that cool down and then we'll actually start cooking. Let's try this again. So first things first, that saute plate that I was telling you about, ginger, garlic, pepper, carrot, mushroom, these go in first. Mushrooms I put down first so the garlic and ginger can sit on top and not burn. Sure it's not too hot. And then I just add everything. In the midst of my pot almost burning, I forgot to mention that I did use some avocado oil. That's what we're sauteing everything in right now. Let me show you guys what it looks like. Yummy goodness. This is what everything should look like. So you're just letting everything kind of just marry in together right now. You want your veggies to start softening up a bit. After about like 2-3 minutes of those on their own, I go in and I sprinkle my goji berries. I'm actually gonna add a couple more. I promise you guys, you cannot taste them in the soup. I see them in the soup, but they literally just take on the flavor of the soup, and I just love the fact that I'm like hiding, like sneaking in some extra goodness in there. So I give it like 5 minutes just to let the veggies get a little softer and a little translucent. You don't want to really cook them through because they are going to cook through in the soup. I start adding my stock. So I use chicken stock and bone broth in kind of equal parts. I guess more bone broth than chicken broth, really. I eyeball it, but I'll put all the measurements down below for you guys. Don't you worry about it. And I'm pouring this in, and I increase the heat just to bring everything up to like a boil, a warm temperature. This is also the point at which I add my turmeric. And I'm also gonna go in and add my black pepper. Again, I eyeball it, but I will put the measurements down below for you guys so there's no confusion. I have a recipe that I follow that has the exact measurements. I just have done this so many times that I just kind of eyeball it. That was a little bit of salt, by the way, because my chicken stock and bone broth are low sodium. So just give it a little bit of flavor. And then you want to bring all that to a boil before you add your chicken in. You're gonna like, I guess it's poach the chicken in the liquid to cook it, partially cook it, and then we're gonna shred it, and then we're gonna put it back in to finish. What I found when I make this recipe is I don't have nearly enough liquid, and I'm the type of person that when I have my soups, I like a lot of liquid in my soup. Like I like a liquidy soup. Like the ratio of liquid to actual like vegetable and things, I like the liquid to be like 70 and everything else to be 30. So I use the whole box of this. This is what we're working with. Once everything comes to a boil, I'm going to reduce my heat and add in my chicken. I have just reduced the heat, and I'm gonna add in my chicken thighs to cook. I let them cook about 70% of the way, and then we'll shred them. The soup is just about ready. We have probably like a minute and a half left. That's when we add in the kale, because you want to keep the kale bright. You don't want it to lose its like green color and overcook. You literally just want it to give it a moment to just kind of sit in and soften a little bit. That should be good. You mix that in, and soup is pretty much done. This looks so good. Like, just look at that masterpiece and tell me that doesn't look good. I don't know, maybe not to y'all, but to me, you see those little goji berries kind of peeking around there? Look at that. They're peeking around. I'm excited. Involve me. I'm just gonna let her cool a little bit before we do a taste test. Things I should probably mention, I did end up using all the kale. What I'll do throughout the week as the broth reduces more and more, I'll literally just make a bowl of bone broth and add a scoop of this in there, and that is that. The way I'm dying to give you guys a taste test. Oh, I can't even, like, let me just show you guys what my bowl looks like. It does not get much better than this. Look at those carrots, the kale. Ooh, the goji berries. This is gonna be so good. All right, let's taste it together. Build the perfect bite. You gotta get a little chicken, a little veg, some of that broth. The mushroom. As always, I hope you guys love the video. I hope you learned something new. I'm gonna go find somewhere to sit down and eat this in peace, in private. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.